Hey guys, George of the Ski Monster, and today we're going to be talking about having a one ski quiver versus a multi-ski quiver. Most people out there just want to have one pair of skis. So if you're going to have one pair of skis, it's really kind of referred to as, an all mountain, all condition, super versatile ski, right? So to understand how a manufacturer really does that, we need to explain each end of the spectrum, right? So there's two ways that you move skis. When you're on a groomer, you're really rolling a ski edge to edge, which is what a ski like this, basically a race ski, is built to do. On the other end of the spectrum, you have a powder ski, like this bent 120. Bunch of rocker in the tip, in the tail, contact points close to the feet, which makes the ski better at pivoting. It's really always kind of a give and take. When you make a ski better at this, you lose some of this. Like this race ski here, this cannot pivot to save its life. It is built to do this motion here. So all mountain skis that would really fit into that one ski quiver option, they're trying to do both movements as well as possible. Now skiers, for the most part, want one pair of skis to do it all. Manufacturers, ski brands, they want to sell a lot of skis. So they produce what the market wants, and what the market wants is one ski that can do it all. Basically, whatever ski can cover the most use cases and perform the best in all categories is basically the best selling. Now, if you've watched any of our other reviews on this channel, you've seen some of those comparisons, and even some skis can fall on a different part of the spectrum. Maybe on paper, they're very similar, but this is going to be more hard snow oriented. This is going to be more soft snow oriented, playful, hard charging. Just depends on which skis we're comparing, right? And all of those skis are basically falling in between these two guys here. All mountain skis are in between race and powder. Now, just because you have one pair of skis, let's talk about some of the outliers out there. It doesn't mean that it has to be versatile. It all depends on what your priorities are and when you're going skiing, right? I mean, you might get there for first chair, take 2 runs before anyone shows up, and you're just skiing groomers, right? Well, if that's all you're doing, then it makes sense to have a ski that's really great for that job. Maybe you only go out when it's powder. Then this makes sense. Maybe you go out every single day and you're not sure what you're going to get. Then it's going to make sense to get something that's going to fall into that all mountain category, the meat of the market. And typically skis like that fall in between 88 millimeters underfoot and 102. Now, if you're going to have multiple sets of skis, there isn't a limit to how many skis you can have. And I'm not just saying that because I sell skis for a living. Like, you can have as many as you want. There's no rules. What you're really talking about doing is having more specific tools for the job. Now, whenever that tool gets used outside of conditions where it was designed for, you're really going to feel a fall off in performance. For instance, if you were using a race ski and ends up being 2 feet of pow, you do not have the best tool for the job. Other end of the spectrum, you have a powder ski, 120 underfoot, and it's boilerplate just after rain. You don't have the best tool for the job. This is where all mountain skis really come into play. Those meat of the market skis that are really versatile and good for whenever. So if you're going to have multiple sets of skis and you're truly looking for that, getting a little more performance, you're probably bringing multiple sets to the mountain and you're switching out during the day. Kind of think about it like clubs in your golf bag, right? And it's not ideal to use the same club throughout an entire hole. Now, maybe you want to have 2 skis that are really closely related, like a Nordica Enforcer 94 and an Armada Declivity 92. Really similar on paper, but they do feel different. And sometimes just having a different pair of skis, if you're skiing the same resort every day, can make that same resort a lot more exciting. Now, how many pairs of skis you have is completely up to you. Its preference has to do with your priorities. It is more work to carry around a bunch, and you are going to end up probably getting more skis that are more specialized. They're going to be better tools for specific tasks. Once you're using that tool in conditions where it's not designed for, you're going to feel the ski fall off quite a bit more. Where you're not going to feel that as much in those all mountain skis that are built to be one ski quivers. If there are any other questions you have, shoot us a text, give us a call, or book an appointment here in Boston.